What's cracking with your snack and snacker stars? It is me, the BRE, the man in the backwards hat, Brandon from the SAS, the Snack Food Appreciation Society, back with you once again. And for the first time in a long time, it's a Frozen Friday because it's been hot as blazes here in the DC area all week, and it's time to cool down with a hot pizza from the freezer aisle, if that makes any sense. And I'll be right back right after this to reveal DiGiorno's newest effort. Never fear, Pizza Night is once again here, so grab yourself a can of beer for Friday night, June 16th, 2017, and that's right, it's a Frozen Friday for the first time in a long time, and we're back with DiGiorno, as they're always coming out with something new. Today, they have the brand new DiGiorno Crispy Pan Pizza, and of course, I got the pepperoni version. Let's go ahead and flip this bad boy over and see what kind of cooking instructions we have. Oh, wait, nope, you can display the box in a couple of different ways. There's no cooking instructions on the back of the box, so they must be on the side somewhere. Ah, yes, there they are. So they want us to preheat the oven to 400. That is happening as we speak. They want us to remove the film from the pan, place the pan directly on the center oven rack. You gotta bake it for 20 to 24 minutes. You know it's gonna be a little shorter than that for me. And enjoy. For best results, remove pan from oven by placing onto a heat-resistant cutting board or baking sheet. Let it stand for 3 to 5 minutes. Remove the pizza from the pan with a spatula before cutting. Alright, let's go ahead and get this bad boy out of this box and show you what it looks like in its frozen state. Alright, I've extracted it from the box, and as you can see, it comes with its own handy-dandy little cooking pan so that it will crisp up perfectly, apparently. Lots of pepperonis on there, lots of cheese, but also there's lots of film on there, which I got to get rid of before I put this bad boy in the oven. The oven is still heating up, guys. We'll be right back right after this to look at that thick pizza once it's cooked up for you. Alright, I'm back here with Pizza Night Frozen Friday with the brand new DiGiorno Crispy Pan Pizza, pepperoni style. And there it is. Basically what I did is I put it in for 10 minutes at 400, turned it about a quarter turn after the 10 minutes. After 5 minutes I turned it another quarter turn, and then I let it go for about 3 more after another quarter turn, banking a total of 18 minutes. And as you can see, the edges were really browning up real good there, kind of like a Detroit style from Little Caesars. And then also it's getting nice and brown along the sides there too. So looks like it's ready. The cheese on the top is mainly getting fairly brown, although there is some grease pooling mixing with a little bit of the tomato sauce, it looks like there, which sometimes is a telltale sign that it's not quite done yet. I don't know. Alright guys, so I got both a pizza cutter and the pizza scissors to try to cut this thing up. Of course, the pizza scissors would be more convenient. $8.69, by the way, for this pizza at Giant Food. A little bit on the pricey side for a frozen pie when you can get one of those Little Caesars extra most bestest fresh and hot for $6, right? Alright, let me go ahead and cut this bad boy up, and I'll show you a slice, and then we'll move along, shall we? Alright, so I've cut it up into about 8 pieces of all different sizes and shapes. Because sometimes I'm in the mood for a big slice, and sometimes I'm in the mood for a small slice. This time I'm in the mood for a medium slice, and that's why we're going for this corner piece right here. Now, I'm going to tell you that, okay, yeah, I took it out after 18 minutes, but it looked like it was done, but it's definitely not real crispy, guys. Maybe on that edge there, but the rest of it is not, and it looks like it's completely cooked, guys. I don't see anything different about that. Nice and golden brown on the backside, too. Smells pretty good, except for that pepperoni, man. That pepperoni smells kind of exaggerated, as though they applied some sort of pepperoni cologne to this pizza. I don't know. Alright, guys, I'll be right back right after this to try out the pan pizza from DiGiorno. Alright gang, I am back, and like I was saying before, this thing's got a really strong pepperoni scent, almost artificially so. So that's kind of strange, almost like a scratch and sniff, or maybe some pizza chips or something like that. I don't know. Anyhow, let me go ahead and grab that medium-sized piece that I was eyeing earlier on. Show it to you once again, this time next to my noggin, the way I always do. Like I said, it doesn't seem to be that crispy overall, but I don't really like my crust to be all that crunchy and crispy, so that's a good thing. I like a nice thick crust, that's a good thing. I like cheese, I like pepperoni, that's a good thing. But $8.69, is that a good thing? Let's find out. Alright gang, color me mainly impressed. You know, this is a little bit better than I thought it would be. Definitely tasty. Now, I'm not still sure worth that it's $8.69, but it's pretty good, and I'd pay at least $5 or $6 for this, you know, if I were to be in the mood for a frozen pizza to take home, you know, if I was snowed in or something like that, which is certainly I'm not going to be here in June. Anyway, let me build it from the bottom to the top the way I always do. The crust itself is okay. Now, it's got a little bit of a buttery thing going on, like many pan pizzas do, which is good. However, once you get into that crust a little bit, you realize that once you get through that buttery layer that's on the bottom and the sides, well, it gets pretty bland after that. If it didn't have that butteriness going on, this crust would probably be very close to like an Aldi Mama Kazi type pizza crust, which isn't that great. But because it does have that butteriness, it does pass. The sauce, it seems to be your standard DiGiorno fare. Not too sweet, not too savory, just a little bit in between with a bit of an acidic aftertaste. Okay, not terrible, not great, but pretty good. Then you got your cheese. Your cheese here, I think, is going to be your star of your show, because they put a lot of cheese on here. Particularly, they made sure to fill in the gaps of the pan on the edges so that you got a little bit along the edges of the pan, as you see right here and here. And that gives it sort of that Detroit pan pizza mystique a little bit. It does add a little bit of crunchiness to the whole thing, particularly when you bite into the back side of the crust. So that cheese gives it a really good flavor, and it actually does kind of remind me of the Munster and mozzarella mix that you get from Little Caesars. So I don't know if that's what they're using, but it's pretty darn good. The pepperoni's okay. It was not affected by the over-scented nature of itself. It actually is a fairly rigid pepperoni, a little bit thicker than the standard DiGiorno fare. At least it seemed like it to me. Started to crisp up a little bit along the edges in some areas, which is okay with me. And it was pretty good overall. A nice beefy flavor. Because usually these pepperonis are made of beef, chicken, and pork. I think this is a largely beef product, because that's how it tasted to me, with lots of zest. Alright guys, putting all of that together, it sounds kind of mediocre, but all of those flavors work really well together. I think I'm going to go ahead and compute this in my head and come up with a 3/4 thumbs up. Not bad, not great, just sort of in between. You know, maybe above average, and if it were more like $6, it might get a better score than that, you know what I'm saying? But in this case it doesn't, because it's $8.69. The price of your quote-unquote premium frozen pizzas is getting way out of hand lately, particularly when you compare it to all the specials that are going on. All the big chains have specials to where you can get, like for example, Domino's has their 3-topping large for $8. That's cheaper than this. You can get, I think it's $7.99 for a 2-topping large at Pizza Hut. You know, all 3 chains, including Papa John's, they all have some kind of 2-pizza deal. And then, of course, Little Caesars right now is the king of it all with that $6 extra most bestest. So all of that is definitely worth it compared to this, but this will do in a pinch, ladies and gentlemen. So 3/4 thumbs up for the brand new DiGiorno crispy pan crust pizza from DiGiorno. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you check out all the SnackSociety action, especially where it all started, the Facebook page. You can be one of us by joining our group by clicking on the link down below in the description. Also, Make sure you leave a comment while you're down there. And also check us out on all the social medias, myself included, at Brandon Reich SAS on Twitter and Instagram. And when you do any of those things, make sure you use the hashtag SnackSociety. That way we know what you're eating and you know what we're eating too. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. In the meantime, in between time, I'll see you next time and stop spitting. Bye-bye.